On day 1, I spawned in as the pirate Monkey D. Luffy. I'm gonna become the Pirate King. But the only way I could do that is by finding us pirates' sacred treasure, One Piece. Just then, explosions sounded off inside the local village. What is that? I ran over, only to see pirates pillaging the entire place. They're hurting the people.
Find the map piece in the name of Blackbeard.
Blackbeard? Who is that? Footsteps then slammed off in the distance, only to reveal a much larger and scarier pirate.
Oi, crew! Search this entire island! We must find the map! Only then can I find the One Piece and claim the Pirate King title for myself!
What? No way! I'm gonna become Pirate King, not you! The large pirate looked at me and laughed at my small size.
You? You look like a joke!
Captain Blackbeard then signaled his men, which caused them to all start to run towards me. Oh no, leave me alone! On day 2, I was running for my life away from Blackbeard's crew. Stay away from me, you freaks! I had no idea what to do, but all of this running was making me starving. Just then, I ran into an opening, which revealed a strange type of fruit lying next to a tree. That'll do! I ran up and ate it, but because of this, something strange began to happen. My body started to feel weird, and my once normal skin started to feel stretchy. Whoa! What was that?
There he is! Get him!
Oh no! A few of Blackbeard's crew started to charge in and attack me with their sharp swords. But out of pure instinct, I punched them extremely hard, causing my arm to stretch out. Whoa! That was amazing! My excitement got cut short because a much larger group started to reach me. Oh no! I thought I was done for until a strange-looking man dropped down in front of me. He fought off the pirates using his insane swordsmanship and agility, followed by a heavy stunning attack.
That won't hold them for long. Come with me, now!
On day 3, the strange man and I left the coastal village, roaming throughout the island. Who are you, and why did you save me?
I have my reasons. The name's Zoro. It looks like you ran into Captain Blackbeard. He's here on the island searching for the first of 5 map pieces. It's said the person who finds all 5
will find the One Piece. I have to get it before him.
Agreed. But in order to do so, we have to cross this.
Okay, seems easy enough. Here goes nothing. I jumped in, but to my surprise, I started to drown right away, sinking all the way to the bottom. What? Why is this happening? My hearts were getting low, and I thought I was done for until Zoro dragged me out on the other side. Ah! Thanks.
Great. It looks like you ate a devil fruit.
A devil fruit?
There are special types of fruits, granting its eater very special abilities. However, your only weakness is
water. Wait, so I can't swim anymore? How am I supposed to be a pirate then? My attention then got caught to a nearby mountain as I watched Blackbeard's men scouting through it.
The map piece is in here!
Oh no, come on. We have to get there before they do. On day 4, Zoro and I scaled the large mountain until we reached the top entrance. It has to be here. The two of us headed deep inside, which led us to a large, luscious cave. Far off on the other side of it lied a map piece. There it is. I ran over out of excitement.
Wait.
No! Before I got close, a large, scary general faded in right in front of me. Hi?
Not so fast. This map belongs to Captain Blackbeard, not to some weak little boy.
Weak? I'll show you. The general and I began to fight. He had a crazy ability that allowed him to shoot powerful mist at me. And every time I would try to punch him, he would just go invisible. Oh, come on. Zoro jumped in and helped me fight him. But sadly, the general was just too strong for us. Oh no! I then looked at the map, and out of pure instinct, I picked it up. Because of this, something strange started to happen. I gained 10 more health, and my body changed. I feel so much stronger. On day 5, I jumped back into battle, now in my newly upgraded form. Because of this, I had the ability to grow my hand and slam it in the ground in front of me. Take this! With Zoro's help and my newly found ability, we were both able to take down the general. Whoa, it looks like each map piece I collect, I turn into a stronger pirate. Awesome.
Good work, Luffy. You know, all I've wanted in my life is to be known as the world's best swordsman. And in order to do that, I gotta stop Blackbeard. So I'd be happy to join you in your journey in becoming the Pirate King.
Whoa, my very first crew member. Sweet. The two of us left the mountain, and I knew deep down, if I wanted to find more map pieces, we had to find a way to get off of this island. I think I have an idea. On day 6, I went along the shorelines of the island and got enough materials to make myself a set of stone tools. From there, I went to work on making my very own pirate ship. From the walls to the deck to even our very own mast. I then went below and made our own operation room. It took a lot of effort, but eventually we were able to fully build up our ship. 1 map down, only 4 more to find. This is perfect. I think I'll call it the Going Merry.
Looks great. I got a question though. Out of all people, why do you want to find the One Piece?
Because I believe in freedom for myself and the world we live in. If someone else were to become Pirate King and gain the power of being the most powerful pirate, who knows what they'll do?
Well, I'm happy to be working with you, but I must warn you, if we're going to be finding more of these maps, it's important that we get a crew. Luckily, I know where we can start looking.
Sounds perfect. Time to start up the crew of the Straw Hat Pirates. Woohoo!
How did we let him get away with it? This is absurd! Lower the sails and follow him!
On day 7, we arrived at a brand new island, which held up a much more high-kept city.
If we're gonna find anyone, it's gonna be here.
Together, Zoro and I went throughout it, asking person after person to join our crew.
Yeah, sorry, pal. Not interested. Sounds dumb.
Come on, there has to be somebody. Just then, I heard a loud crash coming from the other end of the city. What was that? I went over to check, and there was a strange-looking pirate being cornered by a couple of Marines.
Guys, back off!
Or what? You think you are a pirate? Give me a break.
Yeah, you gonna be in jail for the rest of your miserable life.
The 2 Marines then took him away. It looks like I may have just found a new crew member. I have to help him. On day 8, I followed the Marines off until we reached a Marine outpost on the island.
Let's go. Keep moving.
I followed them deep inside until I watched them put him in a cell. So, Marines hate us pirates. Noted. Hey, you! Leave him alone!
What the? Wait a minute.
We have heard of you, Monkey D. Luffy. Word spread that you possess one of the One Piece maps. We will be taking that.
No way! The Marines started to use flintlock pistols and shoot at me. Ah! Cut it off! They were strong, but knowing how they treated us pirates made me so angry. I used my hammer fist on them again and again until eventually they went running away scared. That's right. Run away.
Hey, you saved me. Why?
Because no one deserves to be treated badly, even us.
That's right. I am a pirate. Well, at least I'm trying to be.
Well, I'm looking to form a new crew to find One Piece. Are you in?
You bet I am. I know a lot about these Marines. Word has it that they hold one of the maps that you're looking for. I'll be happy to show you where.
On days 9 to 10, we set sail off in the seas, heading straight towards the main Marine ship.
This ship is amazing.
I quickly went inside of our boat and made Usopp a nice little sleeping quarters right next to Zoro's. As I finished, I heard a yell from outside and realized we were near the Marines. Wait, so the map is in there?
Yeah, but you have to be careful. Word has it, their general is very powerful. He's the one that hates pirates.
Well, I have to find a way on. Just then, an idea sparked. Okay, guys, back up. Here goes nothing. I stepped back and started to run fast towards the edge of our ship. Then, I jumped extremely high, using my rubber legs as springs. Whoa! I I successfully was able to land onto the Marine ship. But sadly, I was surrounded by a ton of them. Uh-oh. The Marines were all ready to attack, but were then interrupted by a whistle. I turned, and standing over us was a much larger Marine, General Akainu.
Well, well, well.
On days 11 to 12, I was face to face with the Marine General.
Luffy, is it? You're building yourself quite the reputation. The future Pirate King. Well, I'm here to make sure that no Pirate King ever exists again.
He then started to hit me with very hot lava attacks. Ah! I knew deep down I was not strong enough to take him on. I need the map. I used my punch and pushed the Marines aside, allowing me inside of their ship. I ran corridor after corridor until finally I was met with their main operation room. Sitting in the center was another piece of the map. There it is.
No! No!
I picked it up, causing yet another transformation. I grew stronger in size, gained 10 more health, and was now fully upgraded to Gear 3.
Give me back that map!
Never! The general rushed forward again. We clashed and started to fight each other. With my new form, though, I was able to shoot out punch after punch, overwhelming him. Do you think us pirates are a waste of space? Well, I'm here to show you why you are wrong. I used my ability one last time, defeating the general. I did it. Now, to get out of here. On days 13 to 14, I made it back safely onto our ship.
There you are. You're lucky to be alive after that recklessness.
I'm sorry, but whatever it takes for us to find One Piece. I then went into our operation room and placed the second map down. This connected the two. The entire ship then began to rumble, and a huge blast of gold aura shot out throughout the seas. Whoa!
Oh, these maps are no joke. We have to be careful. We can alert other pirates every time we place one.
Yeah, you're right. We set sail deep within the ocean until we saw smoke in the distance. What is that? I took a closer look and realized it was a destroyed fisher ship next to one that was much larger. Oh no, it's Blackbeard. On days 15 to 16, skeleton pirates were fighting against Blackbeard's crew, but unfortunately for them, they were losing.
Enough of this!
Blackbeard then used an insanely powerful ability and took down most of them in one hit.
Please, sir, have mercy.
Mercy? Do you know who I am? Soon enough, I will be the Pirate King. And when I am, all you pathetic pirates will work under me. Perfect. This will lead us straight to a map piece. Let's head out.
What a monster.
But did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I did. He's going to another map piece. So let's follow him. But we have to make sure we don't get caught. On days 17 to 18, we followed Blackbeard's ship until we arrived at a dock of a strange island. Did they stop here? Only one way to find out. I went throughout the docks, but to my surprise, it was empty with no one in sight. Is this place abandoned? I kept searching until I made it to a large palace that said the word Arlong on it. Surrounding the main courtyard was a bunch of strange fish people. They definitely do not look friendly. I was about to head back to my crew, but out of nowhere, I got hit in the back of my head. Ah! I slowly turned around and started to pass out. On days 19 to 20, I woke up inside of a strange hut. Where am I?
What are you doing on this island?
My name is Luffy. I'm a Straw Hat pirate in search of a map piece.
Wait, so you're not with them? Huh, follow me.
Wait, with who? I followed her until she led me to a clearing, which showed a sad village below us in a valley. What is this place?
This place? This is my home, or at least it was. A place filled with pure joy and happiness, filled with free people, my people. But one day, Arlong and his fish crew arrived, overthrowing everything. They overtook my people, making us all pay a stupid fee just to live here. Now, we might as well just be prisoners.
That is horrible. horrible.
All I want is to free my people, to have my village met with the justice of freedom. The only way I can do that is by taking down Arlong and his men.
And why are you telling me this? The girl then pulled out an item. Wait, is that a map piece? But how did you...
That is not important. What is if you help me get what I want, young pirate, then I will help you get what you want. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, deal.
Perfect. My name is Nami, by the way. Now let's head out.
On days 21 to 23, Nami and I were sneaking inside of Arlong's palace, Arlong Park. Wow, he even named this place after himself. As we entered the courtyard, I saw more of the fish people yelling at the island's residents.
But please, I don't.
Either you pay up or I'm met with iron bars. You choose!
They are terrible. We made it to a narrow path, surrounded by water. If I fall into this, I'm toast. As we were walking across, I couldn't help but think where Blackbeard was throughout all of this. Did he miss the island? We reached the temple entrance, sneaking right past Arlong's guards.
Perfect.
We went up floor after floor until finally arriving at the top. Sitting there, far off on the opposite side of the room, was a fish person much stronger and larger than the rest. Arlong. On days 24 to 26, we were right in front of Arlong, the fishman.
What is the meaning of this? You're not welcome in this place.
Your time of taking control of my island is over. I'll give you one chance. Step down.
Never! This stupid place and all the people that live in it will never know the feeling of freedom ever again.
Then have it your way. I rushed in and punched him, knocking him into the wall. This made him very angry, causing him to use special water abilities right at me. Ah! Since I was weak to water, it was hurting me a lot. I then thought back to Nami's people and knew how much this meant to her. I can't let her down. I can't. I started hitting Arlong harder than ever before. He was getting hit punch after punch. Although his sharp teeth was very challenging, I knew what I was fighting for. I finally used my hammer fist, building it up harder than I ever had done before. Take this! I slammed him down into the ground, breaking all of the levels below me. Arlong was defeated, making Nami's island free again. We did it! On days 27 to 29, Nami was happy that her home was freed from Arlong.
Thank you so much, Luffy. I think I owe you something.
Just before she was about to throw the map, a large explosion bursted through the wall, causing her to drop it. I looked over, and standing there in the wreckage was Captain Blackbeard. Oh no.
You idiot! Did you really think I would let you take another piece from me?
You tricked me. Give that back.
Before, I was amused by your fun little dream. But now you have proven to be a pain in my side. I think I'll just kill you and your little friend here now.
Stay away from her. I rushed in and tried to attack him, but with one dark magical hit, he blasted me away. Ow. I feel so weak. He was about to attack me one last time, but his crew members stepped in.
Captain, the fish people, they're attacking our ship.
Take this as a message, boy. Stay out of my way.
Blackbeard left with the map, and I felt nothing but defeat. On days 30 to 32, Nami and I made it back to the ship, feeling weaker than ever.
Captain, what happened?
Blackbeard, he got the map. We can't let him get away. Nami then put down a special compass right next to the steering wheel. What are you doing?
You helped me free my people, and for that, I will join your crew. I am an excellent navigator, and using this, I will do what I can to track down Blackbeard.
Excellent! But we're gonna need a plan on actually getting it back from him.
You look weak, Captain. Here, eat this.
Usopp threw me over some meat, and I ate it, causing me to feel so much better. Now that is more like it. All right, team, let's sail out. It's time us Straw Hat Pirates take back what is ours. On days 33 to 35, we sailed out filled with new determination. With our new crew member joining us, I used some of the remaining materials on the ship to build her very own navigation room. Here you go. Thanks for helping us track down Blackbeard.
Don't mention it.
Captain, I see Blackbeard's ship on the horizon.
I ran to the front of the Going Merry to see the ship sailing in the distance. That's him. All hands on deck.
Wait, Luffy, we need some type of plan. We can't just go barge in on someone like Blackbeard.
Huh, who said anything about seeing me? On days 36 to 39, I use my rubber skin to shrink myself down to miniature size. Now I can sneak on his ship. I climb the ladder, and whoa, everything looked so massive. Okay, just stay calm. Focus. Where would I keep a map piece if I was Blackbeard? I moved around the deck, looking for a way down to the lower rooms, but there were pirates everywhere.
Coming through, got a whole pile of gunpowder.
Don't step on me. Okay, just breathe. There, a door. I ran as fast as I could towards it, but out of nowhere ran out Blackbeard. Oh no, I gotta hide.
All right, men. I have decided that with this map piece in hand, we are as strong as ever. Aye! But that is not nearly strong enough for me. Luckily, I found something that will make me even stronger.
What is he planning? I need to get that map piece and get out of here fast. Just then, I looked over and saw that the entryway was free. Bingo! On days 40 to 44, I made my way into Blackbeard's captain quarters. And there, sitting on his desk, was the stolen map piece. There you are. I grew back to my normal size and went over to pick it up. When I did, I felt even stronger. I gained 10 more health, and my body seems to be even stretchier than before. I don't think I'll ever get used to this feeling. Because of my transformation, I heard Blackbeard's pirates yell from their deck.
What was that sound?
Time to go. I quickly shrunk back down and ran out of the room, just in time before Blackbeard can see me.
Who's in here? What? What? No. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ah!
Captain, what's wrong?
Shut it! Lay in a new course for our ship. It's time I initiate my new plan. I will become even stronger. And when it's time, I will take all the maps from Luffy myself.
On days 45 to 47, Zoro helped bring me back to the Going Merry safely.
Nice job, Luffy.
Thanks. From there, I went over to our operation room and added the third map piece, causing yet another huge burst of gold aura to spread around the ocean.
Yes, I knew it.
You knew what?
With all of these map pieces combined, it looks like it's pinpointing us to a specific island. If my calculations are correct, that is where our next map piece is located.
Wow, that's amazing, Nami.
Yep, Alabasta Island. That's where we need to go.
You hear that, Straw Hats? Make way for Alabasta Island. On days 48 to 50, we sailed the Going Merry far out until we arrived at the island. Whoa! It was nothing less than a beautiful desert, which held a large empire within it. Watch the ship. I'm gonna go find the next map piece.
Good luck!
I wandered around the nearby empire in search of any clues. Come on, where can it be? It didn't take long until I stumbled upon a wanted poster. Wait, of me? I guess people know about all the maps I have. This is not good.
Hey, you kinda look like that guy with the bounty on his head. Yeah, that Straw Hat fella or whatever. You have the red vest and everything. Hey, wait a second!
Whoa, hey guys, I don't want any trouble here. All of the villagers were staring at me though, and slowly started to close in. Oh no, what do I do?
Hey, pirate, come with me.
I looked over to the right of the crowd to see a tall man in a suit looking right at me. Knowing I had no other choice, I followed him until he made it to an empty rooftop. You helped me. Why?
Yeah, for a good reason. My name is Crocodile. I know who you are and why you're here. And with your help, we can find it together.
We traveled deep into the Alabasta Desert until he led me to the front of a large sandstone structure. Whoa, a pyramid? We continued forward through an entryway into a tall, ruined room.
You see that door over there? That's gotta be the way in. But I think the only way to open it is up there.
I looked up and saw weird parkour leading up to a colorful platform. But sadly, some of the platforms were broken, making it impossible for for a normal person to make the jumps. I'm guessing that's why you needed me. All right, stand back. Because of my newly upgraded form, I was able to shoot my arm out of my body like a grappling hook. Ah! Whoa, this thing is awesome. And because of my rubbery body, I could get up to the top with ease. I did it. When I reached the top, I saw a lever. And once I flipped it, the entire room began to shake. Did it work? The doors were now opened, giving us entry inside.
Huh. Well, it worked.
Let's go.
Finally! With the current darkness power and this new devil fruit, no one, and I mean no one, will stand in my way! I will be the Pirate King! I just have to wait a little longer.
On days 54 to 56, I walked with Crocodile into the largest chamber of the sunken pyramid. There was a long, thin walkway, and the room was filled with water on either side.
There it is.
I looked up to see that the walkway led to a platform, and sitting there was the 4th map piece. We did it!
We?
Crocodile?
I did it. I've taken so long to get this stupid map, and I'm not gonna let a dumb kid get his stretchy hands anywhere near it.
Wait, I thought we had a deal.
A deal? I used you and your stupid optimism. This map belongs to me.
No, it doesn't. On days 57 to 59, Crocodile rushed in to attack me with his hooked hand, but thankfully, I was able to dodge. Ah! Okay, if I fall in the water, I'm done for.
That's right, kid. So give up.
Never! He then started to gather sand around him that he used to launch rays at me. Ah! I used my rubber body to stretch my arm and land a massive hit onto him. We continued to fight, hitting each other blow for blow.
Ugh, stupid kid. I bet you don't even understand what it means to become a pirate king, do you? Once I kill you, I'll rule this island, and the whole ocean will be mine. Even your stupid crew.
His words frustrated me, and I felt my rage building in my body. What's the point of being Pirate King if you don't have a crew to share it with? As he was about to strike me with one final hook attack, I fueled my hammer slam that knocked him back into the water. Hiya!
No!
Crocodile sank, defeating him for good. From there, I walked up to the platform, holding the 4th map piece. I picked it up, and I felt my body become much stronger. Because of this, I gained 10 more hearts, and now I can harden parts of my body, allowing my fists to turn into steel. Sweet! With this, I only need one more map piece. On days 60 to 63, I made it back safely to the Going Merry and went straight to my operation room. And just like that, another map piece collected. Another large blast of energy shot out around the ship, and the piece fit right into place. Yes! No.
Ah, I see you're hungry. Here, eat this.
Usopp threw another meal at me, and I ate it. Hey, thanks. As I had my last bite, clouds started to form over our heads. Oh no.
A storm is coming.
Rumbling filled the skies, led by a large lightning blast hitting directly onto our deck. What's happening? I saw the blast, and once it finished, it left a small man.
Captain Luffy! My god, Enel of Skypiea has called upon your name for a challenge.
What?
A challenge! A battle of strength and will.
Well, sorry, Lightning Guy, but I'm not interested.
Is that so? Well, I heard you were searching for the final piece. Precisely, Luffy. And if you come with me, my god Enel will give you an offer you cannot refuse.
On days 64 to 68, the Lightning Worshipper informed me that if we wanted to make the journey to their homeland, we would need a stronger ship. All right, let's get to work. I went around, building up our ship, making it stronger than ever. It took a lot of manpower, but I was eventually able to make it look brand new. Whoa, I think I'll call it the Thousand Sunny. We sailed out, with the Lightning Worshipper leading us through the seas, until he led us right into a stormy ocean. ocean. Hey, where are you taking us? This place is dangerous.
I hear your frustration, Luffy, but fear not, for we are here. The gateway to Skypiea is directly below us.
Wait, what? Out of nowhere, the water below the Thousand Sunny started to bubble, and it began to shake the whole ship.
Whoa, what's going on?
I don't know. I felt the whole ship began to lift above the water as a huge burst of water shot up into the sky.
Yay! Ha 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 ha! Yes! The power!
Please don't! What did we ever do to you?
Oh, you did nothing! I just needed to try this new power out! Yeah!
Captain, we have confirmation on the Straw Hats. They just made their way up to Skypiea for the final map piece.
Ah, good! Men, listen up! It's time to set sail! But first, take all they have! Don't get too comfy, Luffy! The King of Pirates is coming for you!
On days 74 to 77, we flew directly into the clouds, causing the Thousand Sunny to float? Whoa, is this?
Welcome, Luffy, to Skypiea.
I looked out to see huge islands and a vast kingdom floating far off in the distance. We eventually sailed our way to the docks at the feet of the largest floating island. Airway path towards the temple at the center. Is Enel really some sort of god? I finally made it to the main entryway, and once I stepped inside the throne room, I saw Enel himself standing in the center.
Hello, Luffy. It seems you decided to take me up on my offer, though I don't know why.
What does that mean?
Do you not know? I am a god, both here in the clouds and the sea down below.
Right. Well, I do accept your challenge, Enel. Anything to obtain the final map piece so that I can find One Piece.
Good, but be warned, you won't make it out alive.
On days 78 to 80, I followed Enel to his temple's courtyard as a storm started to form above us. I looked above the arena, and there it was, the final map piece. I can't let my team down.
Feel the wrath of the lightning god!
What? Enel then began to float and shortly blasted a bolt of lightning straight at me. Ah! We fought back and forth, each doing our best to be victorious. No, he's so strong. He used his lightning abilities to teleport at will. I couldn't even hit him. He then followed up with an attack at a blinding speed that knocked me down to just a few hearts. Ah!
So, this is supposed to be someone who wishes to be king of the pirates? What a joke!
As Enel stood before me, charging the final attack, I braced myself as my whole body tensed up. I'm gonna die. Is this it?
Go get him, Luffy!
We all believe in you!
Go show this god what it means to be a real pirate.
My crew, they believe in me. I stood face to face with him as he was about to release his final hit. You don't scare me. I will be the king of the pirates. As Enel released his attack, my body exploded with a burst of speed, dodging around the bolt. And with all of my strength, I delivered a bunch of punches at once. Hi-ya!
Wait, what? No!
I defeated Enel in one final hit. Yes! I went over and picked up the final map piece. Because of this, I felt my body fully accept the powers of my devil fruit. I gained 20 more health and felt as strong as ever. Now we can find One Piece. On days 81 to 85, I returned back to the ship in the regular ocean, feeling nothing but proud. I went and stared at our unfinished map on our wall. It's time. I placed the final map, causing something huge to happen. One last golden aura blasted out, but now the entire ship began to shake as well. What's happening? The map began to glow and fully revealed the final location, right in the center of the world, in a place called Laugh Tale. Yes, I did it! As the glow faded, a ghostly figure emerged from behind me.
Yes, you have, me boy.
What the? Who are you?
Why, I'm the great pirate king, Gol D. Roger. Have you never heard of me before?
Wait, you are a legend. You are said to be the one who hid One Piece.
Precisely. And if I'm being honest, I'm impressed that you managed to find all the pieces of this map. You and your constant optimism. You seem more than worthy of becoming the Pirate King.
Thank you. You have no idea how much that means to me.
Of course. Make me proud. Make all of us pirates proud.
Gol D. Roger then vanished, and I knew that I couldn't let him down. All right, crew, set sail. But out of nowhere, a huge explosion happened. Ah! I looked over, only to see Blackbeard and his entire crew boarding our ship. On days 86 to 90, Blackbeard's crew was face to face with mine. What are you?
Silence! You have any idea how excited I was for this day to come? To watch your excitement grow, only to take it away from you!
I won't let you take my maps!
Well, it seems like you don't have a choice. Like I said from the beginning, you are nothing but a joke! Attack!
Blackbeard's crew didn't waste any time and immediately went throughout our deck and started to attack my crew. Leave him alone! I jumped into the fight and began knocking the intruders off the deck.
Aye!
We can't let them take the maps.
Captain, look!
I noticed Blackbeard heading straight for the map room. No! I tried to rush after him, but his men kept throwing themselves at me to slow me down. There was a flash.
I have the maps! Destroy the ship!
No! That sent me flying back. Ah! Him and his men then jumped back to their ship. Low on hearts, with a damaged home, all I could do was watch as Blackbeard sailed away towards the One Piece. On days 91 to 94, all I felt was defeat. He did it. Blackbeard really did it. I walked throughout my ship, and everything we worked for all seemed to be for nothing. Are you guys okay? I walked back down to the bottom of the deck, but was quickly stopped by Usopp.
Who said it's over? Do you know who you are?
Usopp is right. We can still get the One Piece from him.
We can stop them together. With my crew's boosted confidence, we all worked together and repaired our broken down ship. It took teamwork and dedication, but we were able to return it back to its former glory. Next stop, One Piece. On days 95 to 99, my crew set sail as fast as we could, heading straight for Laugh Tale. It wasn't long until we reached a large island, and the only way inside of it was a narrow passageway. We sailed inside and parked right next to Blackbeard. I then saw that we were all right outside of a mysterious cave entrance. Oh no, they're here! My crew and I rushed over and headed inside, going through what felt like a maze of non-stop cavernous walls.
Over here!
I went over with Zoro, and the sight that met my eyes was astonishing. It's here. In front of us was the largest treasure room I had ever seen, filled with nothing but gold, diamonds, anything you can imagine. And sitting right in the center was the largest golden coin to exist.
Luffy?
I know. That is One Piece. Before I can go up and grab it, claiming my rightful title as Pirate King, an explosion sounded off in a cave wall. Blackbeard and his crew were there, stopping me in my path. On day 100, Blackbeard charged to obtain the One Piece treasure, but I quickly ran in the way and knocked him back. It's mine, Blackbeard!
It's time I finally get rid of you!
Began to fight mine, clashing us into the largest battle in pirate history. Zoro used his swordsmanship to his advantage, while Nami and Usopp worked together as a team. There were plenty of explosions and hard teamwork, but we were all putting up a fight. Blackbeard then turned his attention to me and began to hit me with his upgraded power. Each hit he landed took away lots of my hearts, but I knew I couldn't give up. Not now, not ever. I fought back, hitting him harder than I ever had before. Punch after punch. Until finally, he landed one final attack on me, making me weaker than ever.
Before I kill you, I just want you to know, no one will ever remember your name, your legacy, or your crew.
You forgot one thing, Blackbeard. Rubber Skin! I hit him, stunning him for a sec, and quickly grappled my way over to the One Piece treasure.
Stop him!
I flew up high above in the room, falling right over the coin. I picked it up, causing something to happen. And a huge golden explosion. I had doubled in size and was now Pirate King. I did it.
I won't let you get away with this.
Blackbeard charged in one last time, but with my newly upgraded form, I was stronger than ever. I slammed down on him one last time, defeating him for good. Blackbeard was gone, and I, Monkey D. Luffy, was now the rightful Pirate King. I'm baby elemental Herobrine. As Herobrine, I can control people's minds and fly. Maybe with these new elements, I can cause even more chaos. I went off in search of the nearest kingdom. I have come to destroy your homes and... Wait a minute. I looked around and noticed that the kingdom has already been destroyed. Who did this? I saw villagers running away terrified. There's nowhere to run from Herobrine. Fear me. The villager just ran past me, cowering in fear. Who's a bigger threat than me? Suddenly, thunder could be heard, and a warlock appeared.
That's right. Run from the great Alistair, soon to be the world's strongest villain.
Strongest villain? I was really angry and accidentally shot a fireball at him with my elemental powers. I guess I don't have full control over them yet.
So, it's true. Elemental Herobrine exists. Yet another villain to destroy.
You think you can take me down? I'll use these new elements to show you who the strongest villain really is. He immediately blasted me with a beam of energy. Oh, I barely had any hearts left. I felt so weak and I can barely move.
I will take you back to my castle where I can kill you slowly.
And saw a monstrous beast. It was trapped inside of some kind of machine and was trying to get out.
I shall kill all the villains of this world. With no competition, I will finally be the strongest.
This guy is insane. Alistair then turned on the machine and it instantly killed the monster.
Now you're next, Elemental Herobrine.
Oh no, I gotta get out of here. Out of my panic, I suddenly can feel a surge of power within me. I let out a huge elemental lightning blast, creating an opening in the wall. I flew out of the hole and made a break for it.
I will find you, Elemental Herobrine.
On day 3, I flew a great distance and felt like I was far from Alistair's castle. Suddenly, though, I felt weak. Oh no, I can't fly anymore. I crash landed into a house and I was so weak. I decided to collect the wood from the house. I was able to make myself a crafting table and from it, a set of wooden tools. I looked and noticed that it also had a farm. Time to get some food. I'm starving. I quickly collected the food and made some bread. All of a sudden, a villager from inside came yelling at me. You monster! You destroyed my home, you idiot! I grew frustrated and suddenly something happened. His eyes were glowing. Mind control. Perfect. I commanded the villager to give me whatever resources he had on him. He then threw me a stack of cobblestone and a lot of quartz, as well as other building blocks. I took the cobblestone and used it to upgrade to stone tools. Thank you, servant. The servant then stopped being controlled and began to run out of fear. My regular Herobrine powers were nowhere near as powerful as these elemental ones. I should figure out why all of this is happening. I headed out to find out more about my elemental powers. On day 4, I ended up finding an old destroyed temple. I'm probably gonna need a place to stay, and I think this place serves me just right. Suddenly, a bunch of demons popped up in front of me. They all charged at me and started to attack. What are these things? I then shot them with fireballs, but it barely did any damage. I pulled out my stone sword and started to fight them the old-fashioned way. I was able to then take them all out. Suddenly, I grew into a full-size Herobrine. Sweet! I'm getting stronger. I even gained 5 more hearts. Well, now that those idiots are gone, I think I'll make this place my new home. I used the resources that the villager gave me and repaired some of the temple for myself. While I was repairing the damages, I noticed that there was a pillar in the middle. Interesting. I stepped on the pillar and something happened. I suddenly awoke and was somewhere else. Am I dreaming? There was a strange figure there, but I couldn't make out who it was. She said that she was the elemental being and that this was a vision.
I have given you 4 elements to defeat Alastor and stop his reign of tyranny: fire, ice, wind, and lightning.
Why would you choose me out of all people? You know that I'm a bad guy, right?
I know you all too well, Herobrine, but Alastor is a whole different kind of evil, one that will change this reality for eternity.
She told me that only I could stop Alastor. It was time to fight evil with evil.
Master all 4 of your elements to fully control them. Good luck, Herobrine.
Suddenly, I woke up and I was back in the house. Time to go to sleep and rest up before I go out and master my fire element. On day 6, I decided to try and learn my fire element. Come on, go! I would try to use it on command, but nothing worked. This is so frustrating. Fire would just shoot out randomly. It was still very destroyed, and I knew in order to defeat a villain, I had to live like a super one. I went out and got the necessary resources, but every time I would place a block down, I accidentally shot more fire out of my hands and destroyed it down. These elements are so... But again, I shot fire, and it burned all of them down. I can't even eat now. Suddenly, a strange person appeared out of nowhere.
Come here, you idiot. You obviously need my help.
Need your help? What are you talking about? Before I can say anything else, though, the strange man summoned up a small fire arena right in front of my base.
It's time to train.
We were inside a small arena, about to start my training? I'm guessing you have to do with my fire element.
Great. Why did you have to choose this arrogant, weak villain, elemental being?
Weak villain? Who even are you? The man introduced himself as Cyrus and said he was one of the elementals who served the elemental being.
The elemental being is supposed to choose one to wield all the 4 elements, and the chosen one is supposed to be a hero.
Well, I have no interest in being a hero. I only want to get rid of that warlock and reclaim my title as the best villain.
Figured that would be the case.
He told me that he wanted me to fight him. Cyrus said the rules were simple. A battle for strengths. No powers allowed. If I beat him, he would help me control my fire element. Piece of cake. You're on. I immediately charge at him and try to punch him. Cyrus didn't move at all and sent me flying. This guy is pretty tough. Cyrus came charging at me, and I knew I had to do something. I used my mind control on him to stop him for a second. I took the opportunity to knock him on the ground. There, I win.
You cheated.
With what proof? A deal's a deal, Cyrus. He wasn't happy, but he agreed and gave me a fire chest plate. Cyrus told me that this armored plate would give me full access to my fire abilities. I put it on and felt way stronger. Perfect. I was able to shoot out fire abilities at full strength now. Pleasure doing business with you. On day 8, I decided to fly out and explore. Now that I have full access to my fire abilities, why don't I give them a test drive? As I was flying, I spotted a village and thought they would be the perfect test subjects. I flew over and started burning the villagers' houses to the ground. The villagers began to run out of their houses and leave. That's right, you worms. Run! Run and flee from the great Herobrine. I could feel the villagers' fear in the atmosphere. This is exactly what I came here for. I noticed that a few of them weren't running away. I flew down to them and asked why they weren't leaving.
You think you're so scary. You're nothing compared to Alastor.
I'm nothing?
Yeah, burning villages is weak. I saw the warlock turn a villager into a crater.
Great. Looks like I'm not as fearsome as I thought I was. I shot a fireball at the villager and forced him to run away. I flew out of the burning village and continued on my journey back to base. If I master my other elements, who knows what I'll be capable of. On day 9, I was on my way home when I suddenly could hear a loud caw nearby. What is going on?
Back off, you jerks! I'll peck your eyes out!
I found a chicken that was being attacked by a pack of wolves and used my fire abilities to scare them off.
Yeah, that's right. You better run and fear me!
What the heck are you doing? You're gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah, and people need to know that I'm more than just a stupid chicken.
Listen, you are a chicken. Chickens aren't meant to be scary.
Coming from you? Look at you. All you're doing is trying to prove your worth. Why can't I do the same, eh?
That's enough. I brought the chicken back to our base. He kind of reminded me of myself. This place is kind of a mess. How about we clean it up some more? Stuart agreed, and he cleaned around the base while I left to gather more resources. I returned and used the wood I collected to build a nice little home next to mine. There. Now we both have a nice house. house. Suddenly, explosions could be heard outside, and it startled Stuart. Great. That can't be good. On day 10, I flew out of base and spotted that lousy warlock, Alistor. He destroyed a town and was putting people in cages.
That's right. Step right in if you want to live.
You know, if you take all these people, there's not going to be anyone left to fear you. The warlock turned around and spotted me.
I don't care. All I want is to prove that I'm strong enough, with or without an audience.
The warlock told me that long ago, certain people never believed that he was strong and fearsome. They never really saw him living up to his full potential.
But now that I've done all of this, I will prove them wrong.
Who cares about your sob story? It's time to die. I charged at the warlock and knocked him to the ground. While he was down, I used my new fire abilities on him, covering him in fire. Alistor walked out of the flames and hit me with a beam of energy. I crashed into the ground. That single hit took 5 of my hearts away. I looked at the villagers in the cages and broke them free. Get out of here, you insects! You're in my way. The villagers ran out of the cage and left the town. That only made Alistor angry, and he hit me with a spell that made me extremely weak. Oh, this isn't good. I needed to escape, but the warlock was getting closer. I used the last of my energy to fly out fast.
Hide all you like. I will find you.
I ended up landing at the top of a snowy mountain. Phew, that was close.
You fool! Are you trying to get yourself killed?
I turned around and the elemental being was floating above me. She told me that in my current state, I stood no chance of defeating that warlock.
Alistor is far more powerful and thoughtful than you are.
Thoughtful? Listen, all I care about is defeating this guy to show the world who the stronger villain is. The elemental being was upset and said that she already told me how to do that. Yeah. Master the rest of the elements and become the champion of the world. I don't mind mastering the elements, but I would rather be a feared villain. Suddenly, the mountain started to shake, and I could tell that the elemental being was mad.
Just get a move on it. Go get some upgrades and make your way towards the ice temple.
She vanished. I wondered what the elemental being meant when she called Alistor thoughtful. Does she personally know him? And if so, why wouldn't she tell me? On days 13 to 14, as I reached the base, I saw a group of villagers waiting for me. The heck are you guys doing here? They wanted to thank me for rescuing them from Alistor.
You are our hero!
Hero? I'm not a hero. The villagers didn't listen though, and just kept cheering for me. Get out of here before I make you regret it.
He is the greatest! I love him!
I blasted one of the villagers and turned him into a chicken. You asked for it. The villagers started freaking out and ran away from the base. That's right. You better run away.
No, wait, please, don't forget about me!
Their fear began to give me more strength. I think I should probably wear some armor as well. I decided to go into the nearest cave and mine for some iron. After that, I was able to make an iron helmet and leggings. This will for sure come in handy. I ventured out of the base and headed for the ice temple. While I was flying towards it, I sensed danger and narrowly dodged an arrow. Hey, who shot at me? I looked down and saw an armored warrior off in the distance. He kept shooting at me with his arrows, and I landed on the ground. Could you just quit it already? The warrior charged at me and tried to attack me with his diamond sword. What is your deal, man? He continued to swing his sword at me, so I responded by hitting him with a fireball. Who are you?
That doesn't matter. The world doesn't need any more villains like you. I'll get rid of all you monsters, including Alistor, the worst of them all.
He fired more arrows at me, and I teleported behind him. I tried to freeze him in place, but he easily broke out of it.
Your powers won't harm me, thanks to this armor.
The warrior swung his sword at me again, and I dodged it. This is so annoying. The warrior started charging at me, and I can feel more of my original powers returning. I used my powers to open a giant hole the moment the warrior got close to me. Have a nice trip, idiot. That takes care of him. Now, back to finding that ice temple. On days 17 to 18, I finally made it to the ice temple. This won't be my favorite vacation destination, but I guess it's kind of cool. I navigated my way inside, where I discovered the ice elemental waiting for me.
I've been waiting to train you. Great. Huh?
What? Were you expecting some knight in shining armor? He introduced himself as Soul's Mask, and he thought it was funny that I showed up. What's so funny?
Out of all people, the elemental being has chosen a desperate villain to save the world.
First off, I'm not desperate. Secondly, I'm gonna use those ice powers to become the greatest villain the world has ever known.
We will see about that.
Soulsmash started summoning his forces, and they all began to attack me. His henchmen then tried to surround me, but I shot fireballs at them and turned them into ash. I used my stone sword to take down the rest of the henchmen and charged at Soulsmash. He then froze me in place with a beam of ice. Thanks to my fire upgrades, I easily melted them off. He tried to shoot me with another beam of ice, but I teleported behind him and took him down with a fireball. It's over. Time to help me get rid of Alastor.
Act tough all you want. Deep down, you know that Warlock is more evil than you.
Soulsmash then threw down an ice helmet. I equipped it and left the temple. After making it down the mountain, I pondered where I can go to test my enhanced ice powers. I've got it. I know the perfect place to test this baby out. I ventured out and found a broken down nether portal. I quickly repaired it, and once I was inside, I flew to the nether. Let's see how strong these ice powers are. I blasted the ground with an ice beam and began to turn the nether into an icy tundra. Piglins started running out of their homes, scared and confused about what was going on.
Who would be so evil to do this?
The fear around the nether started fueling my body, and I gained. He sent me crashing into the ground. Ow, who did that? I turned around, and Alastor was there, floating above me.
Out of all people, you were the one chosen to wield these elements?
The Warlock was clearly angry that the elemental being chose us as her elemental warrior. How do you two even know each other, huh?
This doesn't concern you. I'll just get rid of you in all the elements. That should show her what happens when you interfere with my actions.
Bring it on! I've been meaning for a rematch anyway. I shot Alastor with a fireball and then tried to strike him down with my stone sword, but it was no good. I'm still not strong enough to hurt him. I knocked Alastor to the ground and froze him in place with my enhanced ice powers. This is such a pain, but I needed to get out of here. I flew up into the sky and made my way back to base. On days 21 to 23, I went inside my base and found a small farm was added to it.
I thought you might get hungry on your ventures, so I made this for you.
Thanks. Now, I don't have to think about eating you from time to time.
What?
Since Stuart wanted to add more stuff to the base, I decided to add stuff too. Using the rest of the wood I'd collected, I started building a wall around it. After that, I went over to Stuart's house and told them about my progress with the elements. I told them that I was getting closer to mastering them. Alastor's days are numbered once I do.
Well, you can't beat Alastor without some kind of protection, as you are now a walking target.
I hated to admit it, but the chicken was right. If I wanted to withstand Alastor's attacks, I needed to be fully armored. I ventured out of the base and eventually came across a cave nearby. The cave was full of iron. Using my iron pickaxe, I was able to find some diamonds and use it to replace my iron armor with diamond armor. Nice. This should keep me safe for now. I teleported back to base and decided to take a nap for the day.
Here, Brian. Here, Brian. Herobrine!
I woke up and found myself back in the elemental being's temple. I was sleeping. The elemental being didn't care and asked me how Soulsmash was doing. Well, about that, he's definitely going to have to retire after how bad I hurt him. On the bright side, I've mastered my ice elements.
That wasn't necessary, but whatever it takes to defeat Alastor.
Speaking of Alastor, what's the deal with you and that Warlock? It seems like you both know each other. The elemental being told me that long time ago, Alastor wanted to be the one that was chosen to harness the elemental powers.
Alastor wanted his powers. He thought he was capable of holding them, but I thought otherwise. I refused and was heartbroken. He didn't like this and decided to go on a rampage.
Wait a minute, heartbroken?
Anyways, here's the location for the Wind Temple, where you will meet my servant, Goro.
The elemental being gave me a warning that things are going to be much harder now that Alastor knows that I'm looking for the elements. Whatever. If things get harder because of Alastor, then so be it. I'm a supervillain. Difficulty is my specialty.
I know you're more than that, Herobrine. The only one that fails to see that is you.
On days 27 to 29, I made my way out of base and flew toward the Wind Temple. I knew that Alastor had his eyes on me, so I stayed vigilant for him or his goons. Then, out of nowhere, a trident came flying towards me. I was able to dodge it, but felt the blade of my attacker. I turned around, and it was the armored warrior. How in the world are you still alive?
I have my ways.
You've got to be kidding me. The warrior charged at me with his trident, but I stunned him with a giant fireball. I was more in tune with my abilities, so dealing with this guy was a piece of cake. I continued to set the warrior on fire, but he powered through it and sliced me with his big sword. Why do I feel so weak? What is that sword?
It's something specially made to deal with villains like you.
You're gonna regret that. I used my enhanced ice powers and froze the warrior in place. This bought me enough time to barrage him with fireballs and ice beams until eventually his helmet fell off. Let's see who's under that mask. Steve? Of course it would be you of all people.
I'll make you regret doing that, Herobrine. You haven't seen the last of me.
Steve immediately ran off and left the arena. Now I can focus on my real task, finding the Wind Temple. I arrived at the location of the Wind Temple, but something was wrong. Nothing was there. Where the heck could it be? A gust of wind blew past me, and I looked up to see that the Wind Temple was up in the sky. Oh, that makes sense. I flew up there and saw that the temple was on fire. No! Did Alastor get here before me? I flew inside and saw the wind elemental getting attacked by Alastor's henchmen.
Help! Somebody help!
I have to save him. Oh, and I can't afford to lose my wind element either. Pick on someone your own size, you freaks. The henchmen turned their attention to me, and one of them charged. I used my ice powers to freeze him in place. The other henchmen tried to attack me, but I shot a giant fireball to easily beat them.
You saved me? But why?
Don't think too much about it. I, only saved you because I needed your wind element. The wind elemental told me that their name was Koro. Koro thought differently and thanked me for the assistance anyways. I demanded him to give me the wind enhancements as a reward.
As much as I would love to do that, unfortunately, I can't. The Warlock's men raided my temple and took my powers.
Great, so you're useless to me now. Koro told me that he found it weird that the elemental being chose us, considering everything that happened with Alastor. What do you mean by that?
Well, at one point, the Warlock and the elemental being used to be together. The Warlock loved her.
Aha! I knew it! Her saying that he was thoughtful, saying that he was heartbroken, it was because they were together. I wonder what else the elemental being is hiding from me. Koro told me that his men who took his powers were at a camp nearby, and I left to go pursue them. On days 33 to 35, I found the demon camp that had Koro's wind enhancements.
Look, I can fly! I can fly!
Those fools were playing around with my wind element? Get your filthy hands off of my wind powers! The demons saw me floating above them and laughed at me.
A weak villain like you doesn't deserve to have this power.
Could a weak villain do this? I shot the flying demon with a huge fireball, and he fell to the ground, burnt to a crisp. The wind enhancement was on the ground, and I went down and acquired it. Yes, you've returned to its rightful owner. The demons were stunned at the sight of their fallen comrade, and I took this opportunity to use my new wind powers to summon wind gusts around the camp. The demons were filled with fear, and all of them ran away. Serves you right. Who's the weak villain now? I used my wind powers to destroy the camp and made my way back to base. I flew inside of base, feeling confident. I'm just so strong. Now that I have 3 of the 4 elements, I feel like I'm on top of the world. All I need is lightning, and Alastor is finished.
Hey, you're getting so caught up with these elemental powers that you're starting to forget yourself.
It doesn't matter, chicken. These elements are making me so powerful.
You need to remember that you can still be strong without those elements.
Shut up. You know nothing about me. Stuart seemed upset. Whatever. That didn't matter. Anyways, this base wasn't screaming evil to me at all, so I decided to make some changes about it. I went outside of the base and changed some of the blocks around me to shout more super villain. Now that looks more sinister.
You weak, pathetic minions! Why can't you destroy that weakling of a villain?
Well, sir, he's gotten much stronger after enhancing his elemental powers.
You want to be stronger too? Fine. Now go and deal with Herobrine, for good this time.
On days 39 to 41, I left the base and went to go look for the elemental being. I needed to go and retrieve the lightning element sooner rather than later. I made it up to a hilltop and wondered if this was the place to summon her. I'm at the right place, right? Whoa! I dodged an incoming arrow and spotted Alastor's henchmen. You guys don't learn, do you? The henchman pulled out a wand, and suddenly I started to feel weak. What did you do to me?
Not so tough now without your elements.
I can't be defeated by these fools. What do I do?
You're Herobrine, remember? Use your own powers.
Stuart showed up and must have followed me, but he was right. I am Herobrine. I have my own powers too. My powers started increasing my strength, and I floated above the henchmen. I summoned lightning, and it struck down all around the area.
What are you?
I used the lightning to strike down the henchmen and defeated them. I'm Herobrine, the one and only. Stuart was glad to see that I was all right, and my elements returned to me. Don't expect a thanks from me. Just get home safely. After watching the chicken leave, I could sense the elemental being was nearby. I must be getting close. I found the elemental being's temple and went inside to meet her.
I'm impressed by the progress you've made so far, Herobrine. You're more than ready to acquire the lightning enhancement.
Well, before you tell me that, you've got some explaining to do. Carl told me about your relationship with Alastor.
Koro had no business telling you that. Alastor and I loved each other, but he changed.
It was your fault that I changed, elemental being. Or should I say, Mavis.
Stay back, elemental being. The warlock is mine. I charged at Alastor, but he blasted me away with a beam of energy.
I loved you, Mavis, but you broke my heart. You think that I wasn't enough? Well, all that I'm doing is to show you who I really am, with or without your elements.
Listen, Alastor.
No! Once I reach my full potential, you will regret everything you've done to me.
I got up and tried to rush the warlock, but he grabbed Mavis and teleported out of the temple. Great. Now I gotta go and rescue her too. On days 45 to 47, I returned to base to find Koro, Cyrus, and Soulsmass waiting for me.
You let Alistair take the elemental being? What's wrong with you?
It's not my fault. If she was honest from the beginning, maybe I would have been more prepared.
If the warlock kills Mavis, there'll be terrible repercussions from this. The world will tear itself apart without the elements.
Be quiet, you two. Alastor loves Mavis too much to kill her. House for them to stay in. I walked away from them and ran into Stuart.
They're right, Herobrine. If that warlock kills her, there won't be a world for you to hunt anymore.
I know, but I can't just storm his castle. They'll be expecting me. I'm gonna need some help breaking Mavis out.
Who did you have in mind?
The only person I thought I would never ask, but I've got no choice. I flew over a forest and can sense that his presence was there. I landed inside the forest and walked around to find him. I bet you're wondering who I'm looking for. Steve, I know you're out here. You can quit hiding now. Suddenly, Steve came out of hiding and tried to attack me with his special sword. I easily dodged his attack and froze him in place.
I won't rest until I destroy you and the warlock.
Listen, for once, I'm not here to fight. The elemental being has been captured by the warlock.
Elemental being?
Yeah, she's the one that gave me elemental powers and controls all of the elements of the world. Listen, I don't have time for this. If she dies, who knows what will happen?
I don't believe you.
Suddenly, the world around us started to shake and cracks started to form around us. You were saying? Steve agreed to listen to what I had to say, and I unfroze him. I told him that I needed his help with getting Mavis. If I do, I can stop Alastor from destroying the world. Once we save her and get rid of that warlock, we can have a grand final battle and finish things between us. Deal?
Fine. A truce for now.
I bet you regret the way you treated me now. How ironic is this? You wouldn't grant me the elements because you thought I was too dangerous. But instead you chose Herobrine.
I'm sorry, Alastor. Listen, it's not too late to stop all of this.
It is too late, Mavis, and you will regret hurting me. Once you're gone, who knows how powerful I'll become.
On days 51 to 53, Steve and I finally reached Alastor's base. The elemental being must be somewhere inside. Oh no, she's in trouble. We need to hurry. The two of us rush inside of the prison to find the elemental being was trapped inside of a special cage. There were different colored lights around it that kept us from touching it.
You're running out of time. Alastor is trying to destroy me and remove the elements from the world.
Suddenly, Alastor's henchmen showed up and surrounded us.
It's Herobrine and Steve! Get them!
The demons rushed at us, and Steve started mowing them down with his sword. I used my wind powers to throw them away.
I'll handle the guards. You take care of those beacons.
Don't order me around. But fine. I went over to the beacons and started destroying them with my fire powers. Once I destroyed the last beacon, there was a large flash of light that covered the entire prison. Ow, my head. I wasn't expecting that to happen. My vision came back to me and I could see that Alastor was inside the prison and he didn't look too happy.
You fool! How dare you free my Mavis from her prison?
She doesn't belong to you, you whack job. You were gonna kill her. Now, if you'll excuse us, I have an element to collect.
You all aren't going anywhere.
Come on, Steve. Let's take care of this loser.
Sorry, but he's not my problem.
What? Steve! That jerk escaped the tower and left us. Coward. I struck Alastor with my lightning, but it didn't deal any damage. Jeez, what is this guy made of? Alastor blasted me with a huge beam of energy, and it took 10 of my hearts away. Ouch, this dude is still too strong for me. Mavis stepped in front of me and blocked one of the Warlock's beams.
We need to get out of here. You're still not ready to face him.
Mavis grabbed me, and we teleported out of the prison.
No!
On days 57 to 59, Mavis and I ended up in a garden far away from Alastor's base.
Thank you for rescuing me, Herobrine.
No, I don't want to hear anything out of you right now. You lied to me.
I did not lie to you. I only told you what you needed to hear. And why are you so upset? You're a villain. Shouldn't villains be used to lies?
Well, I'd rather be a villain than a liar to the person who's cleaning up your mess. I told Mavis that I don't care about her feelings for Alastor. The Warlock needed to be stopped. Once I acquire the lightning element, Alastor won't stand a chance against me. Then I will become the most powerful supervillain in Minecraft. Now give me the location of the lightning temple. The sooner I enhance the lightning element, the sooner I can get rid of Alastor once and for all. Mavis tossed me a map that would lead me to the lightning temple.
Zyran will be the person who will help you with this task.
Good. Why don't you stay here and think about your former lover? I floated up in the sky and flew off toward my base. I returned to the base, and when I arrived, I saw that the farm was larger.
Yeah, apparently chickens and elementals get along great. We made this farm together.
At least he's somewhat useful. I then talked with Stuart about Mavis lying to me.
Don't think about it too much, Herobrine. You'll still get to take down Alistair regardless.
Yeah, but am I doing it for my sake or for hers?
Herobrine, you were chosen by the elemental being because you're the greatest villain to have ever lived.
The chicken told me that I was the only one who could stop Alastor and show him who the real villain was.
And for that, I find it truly inspiring. I look up to you a lot. One day, I hope I'm just as scary.
That reminded me, I still needed to upgrade my fear levels, and I think I know just how to do it. Stuart looked confused, and I told him that I needed his help if I wanted this to work. It's time to get more people to fear us.
Did you say us?
On days 63 to 65, Stuart and I arrived at a nearby kingdom, and we're floating over it.
What am I gonna do, Herobrine?
You're gonna help me get all these people to fear the name of Herobrine once again.
Oh my god, I'm finally gonna be evil. It's happening! It's finally happening!
I used my original powers to possess Stuart and gave him some of my powers. Stuart began to fly around the kingdom and started shooting lightning around the area, destroying all of it.
Oh yeah! Run! Run, you insects! And fear the might of Herobrine!
It's a possessed chicken!
The villagers started running around the kingdom, afraid of Stuart and his new powers. Perfect! Their fear made me so much stronger. I even gained 5 more hearts.
This is the best moment of my life. Did I do good, Herobrine?
You did great, Stuart. Now finish destroying this kingdom and then return to base. I have a lightning temple to go to. Stuart continued causing chaos around the kingdom while I made my way towards the temple. I arrived at the lightning temple and it was surrounded by bolts of lightning. I dodged them and entered the temple to find Zyran, the lightning element, waiting for me.
Ah, yes. You must be the so-called Herobrine, the elemental being mentioned to me.
You got that right, pal. And you must know why I'm here.
Of course. You're here for the lightning enhancement. It's over there in the middle of the temple. But be warned, you don't choose the lightning enhancement. The lightning enhancement chooses you.
I didn't know what that meant, but who cares? It was time to upgrade my lightning element. The enhancement was sitting there in the middle of the temple, and the moment I touched it, I got struck by lightning. Ouch! I tried to acquire the enhancement again, and I was bombarded with lightning. You're gonna obey me whether you like it or not. Zyran then ran up towards me and stopped me.
Ask yourself, why do you do what you do?
Because I'm a villain. I am evil.
Is it because you are evil, or because being a villain grants you the attention that you very much desire?
What are you talking about? Zyran went on to explain that all villains become who they are by wanting something. Once I can come to terms with my desires, I can gain this new element.
Don't be afraid, Herobrine. Accept it.
Suddenly, the lightning stopped, and I finally acquired the enhancement. I was finally able to fully use lightning at will.
Congratulations! You've now mastered all 4 elements. But if you really want to stop Alistair, you're going to need more than just across the elements.
What do you mean by that? Zyran gave me a map and told me that a blacksmith could forge a special sword to defeat Alastor.
All that's left now is that pain in my side. Herobrine. Once I kill him, I'll be the last villain that remains.
On days 69 to 71, I was flying towards the blacksmith's forge when I sensed Steve at a Coliseum.
Herobrine, come face me, you fool!
I landed in front of him and asked what he wanted. You finally done running away like a little baby?
Herobrine, Alastor has killed all the villains except for you.
Great. Less competition.
I know that if he kills you, he will become unstoppable, and I cannot let that happen. So I'm gonna kill you myself.
You know what? It's time I got rid of you once and for all. Steve charged at me and sliced me with a special sword. I didn't take any damage, and Steve was shocked. Now that I've mastered all the elements, your sword can't hurt me. I used my new lightning powers and shot Steve with multiple lightning bolts. This sent him flying and greatly weakened him. I told you that I'd give you a grand finale fight. I just didn't say who would win.
You monster.
I used my mind control powers to stop Steve from moving. Then I finally defeated him with a fireball. The crowd was shocked to see that I won. The show's over, people. I summoned lightning around the Coliseum and forced the villagers to run away in fear. Looks like I've still got it. I flew out of the Coliseum and continued my venture toward the forge. I made it to the ancient blacksmith's forge and went inside. The place was completely empty. Hello? Is anyone here?
What do you want? The shop's closed.
Ah! I turn around and the ancient blacksmith was right there behind me. Man, I could have killed you. Don't scare me like that. He introduced himself as Momar, and I asked him for his help in crafting a weapon that could defeat Alastor.
No, I can't make another weapon of mass destruction. I've retired.
This weapon won't be used for destruction, but used to free the world of Alastor's control. Come on, you've got to help me. Momar was hesitant at first, but finally gave in and agreed to craft me a weapon to defeat the warlock.
Go to a cave nearby and mine some gold and diamond. I need them to craft your weapon to get rid of that warlock.
On days 75 to 77, I made my way inside of the cave and found it full of diamonds and gold. I used my iron pickaxe and began mining as much gold and diamond that I could collect. Suddenly, Mavis teleported in front of me. What do you want, elemental being?
I know that you're trying to find a way to kill Alastor. After seeing how much I hurt him, we should reconsider.
What do you want me to do then? Talk it out?
Actually, that's exactly what I want you to do.
Seriously? After everything he's done to you and this world? You want me to talk it out with him? What was the point of even summoning me then? Mavis told me that Alastor was truly evil, but misguided.
Please, Herobrine, just give it a chance.
Fine. But if he refuses to surrender, then all bets are off the table. Mavis thanked me and teleported out of the cave. I then continued to mine some more gold and diamonds and went back over to Momar's forge. I went inside and gave him all the gold and diamonds that I had collected. Momar thanked me for all my hard work and got to work crafting me my new weapon. A couple days passed and Momar was finally finished crafting it.
It's finally finished. My greatest masterpiece, the Sword of Endings.
It was beautiful. With that sword, I could probably slice Alastor into pieces. That sword would make me an unstoppable villain. I reached for the sword, but Momar was hesitant to give it to me.
Promise me you'll use this sword for good. Use it for the sake of others.
I promise. I'll use the sword to do good, not evil at all. Maybe a little bit. Momar dropped the sword, and I could feel the power swelling within it. Thank you. I promise that I'll stop Alastor. I flew out of the forge and headed back to my base. Fool! I'm gonna use this sword for the good of myself and the sake of villainy. No hard feelings, Momar. On days 81 to 85, I made it back to my base to find it completely destroyed. Oh no, what happened here? I ran inside and started looking for Stuart, but I couldn't find him anywhere. Stuart! Stuart! Oh, where could that chicken be?
Hello, Herobrine.
I turned around and saw Alastor holding Stuart hostage. What are you doing here?
You didn't think I would find you, did you? Now it's time for you and this chicken to die.
Wait, the warlock stopped his attack, and I told him that I didn't want to fight. I know that you're angry about what Mavis did to you, but she's sorry, and we could still stop this. Why won't you let Stuart go and return to Mavis? I promise she's willing to make things right. You can be with her, and I could be the world's strongest villain. How does that sound? Alastor thought about my offer for a moment, but already made his decision.
I am beyond stopping at this point. Now, die!
The warlock shot a huge beam of energy at me. but Stuart jumped in the way and took the blast. No! I charged at Alastor and sliced him with my new sword. The Warlock was shocked from the damage he took and teleported out of my base.
Herobrine.
No. Stuart, why did you do that, you big idiot? You can't die for me.
You made me realize that anyone can follow their dreams. Even a chicken. Like me.
Stuart, stay with me. Stay with me. No! Alastor shall die for this. I stormed out of my base and laid waste around everything that I saw. I used my lightning to strike down everything in my path and shot fireballs burning everything around me. There was a town nearby and it needed to be destroyed. I teleported in the middle of the town and started destroying the entire place. I burned buildings down to the ground and killed villagers with lightning strikes. The villagers started fleeing, but I didn't care. Everyone was going to feel my wrath. A villager stopped running and stared at me.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I can. I shot a fireball at the villager and instantly fried him. Fear was all around the atmosphere, and I can feel it making me stronger. I even had 10 more hearts. Now, this world will understand true pain and misery. You are next, Alastor. On days 91 and 94, I made my way back to base when I spotted the elemental being nearby. What do you want?
You're tearing the world apart, Herobrine. You need to stop.
And why should I? All this is because you couldn't calm down your boyfriend.
Then focus your attention on Alastor and stop him.
I began to calm down. Stuart's death is on your hands, Mavis. Alastor needs to be stopped once and for all. I decided before I went out, I wanted to give my friend a proper goodbye. We returned to base, and I built a grave for Stuart. I promise, old friend, I'm gonna make Alastor suffer for what he's done to you.
At last, my conquest will finally come to an end. Come, Herobrine, let us finish this fight once and for all.
What's that?
An invitation. It's time that me and Alastor settle things once and for all. I teleported myself in front of Alastor's castle. An army of his henchmen were waiting for me. I flew up into the sky and summoned lightning bolts around the castle, laying waste to it and the henchmen. I shot fireball after fireball at the demons, killing swarms of them with ease. The demons were so shocked by my power that they didn't even know what to do. I landed in front of the army and used my wind powers to blow some of the demons away. A group of demons tried to charge at me, but I used my ice ability to freeze them in place. You guys are making it too easy. I summoned another lightning bolt and destroyed the frozen demons. Using my elemental sword, I charged in and easily killed other demons, one after another.
This cannot be. I'm supposed to be the most powerful villain, not you.
Alastor floated in the sky and flew away from the castle. Where do you think you're going? I was about to fly after him, but Mavis stopped me.
I'm sorry for what happened to Stuart. Go, Herobrine. End this.
I will. I flew off towards Alastor. On day 100, I spotted Alastor in the same kingdom where it all started. You dare think you would ever have been a better villain than Herobrine?
This world isn't big enough for two powerful villains.
Oh, you're a villain, all right, but not a powerful one.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
Presentation! Lightning then started to shoot across the village. The Warlock flew right at me, but I knocked him to the ground with my sword. Alastor cast a spell on me to try and weaken me. It hurt a lot, but I can't give up now. I used my ice powers to freeze the Warlock in place. Then I shot him with a giant fireball and a lightning bolt to break him out of the ice.
This can't be happening.
Alastor was very weak, but he kept fighting back.
No!
I used my elemental sword to strike down the final blow to Alastor, killing him in front of the villagers. There is only one villain to fear in this world, and that villain is Herobrine.